Scribble notes when I wrote these quotes. If I offend, pardon me, there's more of me to grow. Creative in my process, enjoy the show. The will is different when you recognize the different strokes. Different folks, same goals, we all want the most. So when we reach the top, we can enjoy the toast. The type of bread we get is fresh about the bakery. Told them don't play with me, with or without a degree. Don't question my intensity, bravery. Similar to agencies that want to see you fold. So just pray for me. Pray for me. Einstein with my energy.
Like, so many people don't start off as like super, like, I didn't just come out of the womb as a successful entrepreneur. Like, it didn't work like that. It took a lot of no's and a lot of like, we're not seeing the dollar sign. How do we monetize this? Like, I think like, being able to run with the no's and being like, okay, instead of using it, and this is like the whole idea behind my podcast, like, why not you? I want people to turn their why me's into a why not me. Is like, okay, I'm going to take that no, and instead of being hurt by the no, I'm going to turn it into a yes. And then you're going to see me and that yes person out networking, doing business. You're going to see me at the top of a company. You're going to see me running my own business. You're going to be like, damn, I wish I said yes. And that's kind of like, I guess what fuels me is I'm like, you're not going to say yes right now, but you're going to be saying, oh shit, in like 4 years once you see me doing well. And so I think that's kind of like the secret sauce to it all, is like how to get started is just get started. Like, you don't need a big idea. You literally don't need any money. Like, you just need your thoughts. Like, okay, I'm going to execute this. Like, you don't have to have a whole business plan written out to be able to make something successful. I mean, most of big companies, whether it be companies, products, podcasts, celebrities, they all start off on accident. It just doesn't look on accident,
Yeah. I completely understand what you're saying. I think I've talked to a lot of creative people, and a lot of times and oftentimes they do just stumble into the thing that they're doing. And then when they start seeing more and more success, they start to become super engaged and more serious. And then they start to hone the craft that much further. And it's always incredible to watch. Right. But for a lot of people, they don't see the behind the scenes. Like, recently I had a pretty big guest on my podcast, and folks just never knew. I had a lot of people hit me up afterwards, like, how did you get connected and how did this all happen? How did that come to fruition? And I had to like tell them that took 6 months. Like, that wasn't just overnight. Like, this is effort, this is time, this is ambition.
Right. And I think I compare it a lot of the times is it almost in a way is like the gym, right? For people, like, you go to the gym, you're not going to wake up and have abs, right? Like, but to the outside world, nobody's following your stuff. And all of a sudden they're like, holy crap, Erin lost 40 pounds. How the hell did she do it? And it's like, well, I have been in the gym not seeing any results for months until all of a sudden one person is like, oh my God, you're in shape. Like, it's really like you have, like, and those kind of things, it's hard, especially like that's the whole entrepreneurial mindset is like, how are you supposed to keep pushing when maybe you're not getting the views, you're not getting the likes, you're not getting the follows? It's funny. I always say, like, I don't have a super big following on Instagram. I have like maybe 1,300 people. My following literally doesn't mean shit. It just means who's engaging with my stuff. And, I have this, 1,300 followers, and my first podcast episode had 10,000 views. So like, it really doesn't equate. I mean, and it's funny, every time I post something where I feel like I look really successful, like I post something from a conference, I lose followers. I'm like, how does that work? I just posted something super awesome and you all unfollowed me. But like, it's just kind of like the, when you feel like you're not seeing what society makes it look like is like, I mean, what do we deem success anyway? And success definitely isn't money. And I think for so long and so many people are like, okay, are you successful? How much money do you make? And I think it's like kind of chasing your passion, like the money will come. And that's something that like I kind of had to run with lately is like, I've been working a lot of these other jobs like that are not related to my career, my field, or my podcast or what I want to do. And I'm like, to work in the field, I might have to take a pretty serious pay cut, but I'm ready for it to be able to invest in a lifetime of success. And I think so many people, whether it be like becoming an influencer, becoming a podcaster, becoming an entrepreneur, like they're like, what about the money? And it's like, well, if you're doing anything for money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. Yep. And, a lot of these multimillionaire CEOs, like influencer podcasters, whatever, they all start off with no money and actually in a serious amount of debt. And eventually their idea becomes big because they run with what they love. It's sustainable. And that's how they make their money. And, you know, good things don't happen overnight. And that's what I always tell people when getting started, whether it be in the podcast world, in the social media world, whatever career you're in. If you're in a creative space, like in an like a business or marketing or all these things, like you're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to take pay cuts. Like, you know, you're going to have to do things that you don't really want to do to get you where you want to be. But I think the end all be all is that in 20 years, you're going to create a life for yourself that you absolutely love living. And that's kind of where I'm at now.